So the 8-count patterns for West Coast swing. At this point, you've probably learned your basic 6-count patterns, the pushes, the passes, the whips. In this video, we're going to cover not only the basic 8-count whip, but also the reverse whip, which I think will be important, plus an inside and outside turn, so you'll have everything you need to feel confident and look great on the dance floor. What's up? My name is Brian B.
I'm Miss Megan.
Let's start by talking about the basic whip. So the basic whip 8-count pattern looks like this. A 1, 2, 3, and 4, a 5, 6, 7, and 8, which is in contrast to our 8-count or 6-count side passes and pushes and passes and whips and those types of things. Oh, this is the whip. So the whip from this side, 1, 2, 3, and 4, a 5, 6, 7, and 8. The first thing I want you to get in your head is walk, walk, triple step, walk, walk, triple step. So it's walk, walk, triple step, and walk, walk, triple. Do it again. A walk, walk, triple step. A walk, walk, triple step. That's the rhythm. But now let's talk leaders and followers footwork. I'm going to keep Megan in my hand while I do it. So leaders, a lot like a right side pass, we're going to step out for 1. There's 2 different ways to do this. The easiest one is to step back and together. That's going to be the safest. You'll also see people step back with a tight cross. Either one is perfectly fine, provided you don't step forward on count 2, which is one of the common problems. So we have 1, 2. I pick up Megan right here by the shoulder. Now on 3 and 4, I want to stand my side for 3 and. I'm going to step across on count 4. Now I step to my right for 5, let go for 6, anchor 7. We'll do it again, then we'll cover the followers footwork. 1, 2, 3, and across on count 4, a 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's do followers footwork on this side so they can see the 1, 2 a little better.
All right, followers, instead of going walk, walk, we're going to go forward and then turn back. So we have forward, back. Now, at this point, we're going to go back together, and then we step forward on count 4. We turn for 5, step back for 6, 7, and 8. So if we did that again, we have 1, turn, 2, back 3, and 4, turn 5, 6, 7, and 8.
So here are the common problems, leaders first, then followers. So leaders, our biggest mistake is that we're going to step forward on count 2, and if you can see, I'm going to run Megan out of space. That's problem number 1. So we have 1, 2. I want to catch her here in front of me. Second thing is I have to have the ability to let my arms go back with Megan. 3 and let her go back. So that's going to look like this. 1, 2, 3, and you can notice she's not pulling me over. Now as I step across, I don't have to do too much because my step across leads Megan on count 4. Now she's going that way. The momentum carries her 5, 6, 7, and 8. For the followers, the 3 and 4?
Yes, so followers, I actually have something different than Brian first.
Go for it.
They are going to tell you to turn on count 2. It is your job to actually turn. All right, so we're going 1, 2. Now, you want to make sure on 3 and that you're getting back and connected to this hand. You want to do that by lowering your heels.
Then I step across for 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So the last little bit of this is the lead or the hook. So leaders, I have to have tension forward on this hand, right? She's got to maintain connection on that hand before I hook it and turn her. And Megan said it before. The followers are responsible for the turn. Leaders are only responsible for indicating the turn. I can't physically turn her. I can just ask her. So I ask her to turn and she turns, right? That's our goal. So last time, 1, 2, 3, and 4, a 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now at the top of the video, I said we're going to cover 2 main branches. So there's 2 main branches, what we call an inside or outside turn to that whip. Let's do the outside turn first. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. That's an outside turn. I'm going to fix the hand. The second one's the inside turn before we cover the footwork. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is like the first variation that I ever learned. It's actually, I think, easier. But we're going to start with the outside turn. Everything is the same to count 4. You want the good news or bad news? Good news is the footwork is the same for the leaders for both whips. 1, 2, 3, and 4. All the footwork's the same. On count 4, however, I have to raise this hand. Megan's going to go fingers to the sky. My fingers are going to go towards the outside. That's count 4. Now she steps back for 5. I go over her head for 6, and we anchor 7 and 8. So leaders, all you need to think about is raising that hand on count 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. This is the ideal. Try not to raise it from here and huck it over her head. It works. You just won't be the coolest kid in school if you do it that way. Last time before we cover the followers footwork. 1, 2, 3. The hand goes up over 5, 6, 7, and 8. But it's important that the followers know that footwork.
It is. So there's only one change in this. So you have 1, 2, 3, and 4. We still turn for 5. But instead of walking back for 6, we are going to turn for 6 and then anchor around for 7 and 8.
And even though you might be new, as the leaders and followers, this is a good time for you to start to think about West Coast swing differently than you might have in your first few classes. As the leader, I have to know all of the patterns and how to lead them. The good news is I don't have to be super specific with my footwork. I can stumble through my footwork and still know the gist of the pattern, and Megan's going to be pretty happy. However, for the followers, you have to know.
We have to know our footwork and know that these patterns exist.
So you have to know that that single outside turn exists, so when I put the hand up, you know to execute the footwork. So the second branch of that basic whip is the inside turn. Same thing. Everything's the same for my footwork all the way to count 4. It's actually the same all the way through. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The key here is I want to look at my watch. I want to look at my watch, so my elbow's going to go out. Megan still goes fingers to the sky. Outside turn, fingers to the sky for Megan. Inside turn, fingers to the sky. This is count 4. I step to the side for count 5. I go over her head for 6, anchor 7, and 8. So that's why that step to the side on 5 is important for all of your whips. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Here's the tricky part. 5. I take this over for 6, anchor 7, and 8. And Megan covered the important thing for the followers in the basic whip. We talked about staying back in this hand. 1, 2, 3, and staying back in that hand. So if you stay stuck to this hand, 5. There's plenty of room in here for you to get through the inside turn. Let's try that from the other side. Do you have anything to add, Miss Megan?
Yes, the follower's footwork.
Yes, one more time. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The good news for the leaders is you can lead this with almost any follower, even if they don't know the footwork. But
true. So followers, we are good to count 4. So we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. And instead of turning for count 5, we're going to step forward. Now we're going to turn for count 6, but turn to our left, and then we anchor for 7 and 8.
So easy stuff. Before we get to the reverse whip, which is the other 8-count pattern I think everyone needs to know. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And even though this is a beginner style video, when you get to crazier moves like this, these are going to still be based off of the same whip and reverse whip, inside and outside
that was
turn
a reverse whip.
Footwork. So let's talk about the reverse whip. If the traditional whip, I'm going to do this side so the leaders maybe a little bit easier. So traditional whip, Megan turns towards me. Which way do you think she goes on the reverse whip? The opposite direction. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6. Let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So good news for leaders, same basic footwork. If you get good at that, you're going to be golden for all of these whips. The lead is the trickier part. 1 on 2, I'm bringing Megan slightly towards me by taking this hand slightly to my left. I'm doing it a little bit bigger on the video than you would in real life. You would hardly see it, but I need this connection with my partner. 1, 2. So she's a little bit forward in that left foot. Now I spin this across her face while I pick up her back. 3, and same as the basic whip. 4, and we finish a 5, 6, 7, and 8. If we do that one more time. 1, 2. I'm going to look for her spine. The second her spine presents itself, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Let's quickly cover the followers' footwork and the one thing that they can do wrong with the arm.
All right, followers. So instead of going forward and turning to our right, we are going to go and turn the other way. So we have 1, 2. Now on 3 and we're going to turn to the left. 3, we put our feet together for and then count 4 goes forward. The rest of the whip is the same. Turn for count 5, step back on 6, 7, and 8.
Can you do that one more time for us?
I can. We have 1, 2, turning 3, and 4, turn for 5, back for 6, 7, and 8.
We'll lead this from this side. So again, the tension on the hand is important. 1, 2. So we have that tension. Now she turns around, 3, and I step across 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now there's a good rule that I have for West Coast Swing, which is when you, as the follower, when you put your back to your partner, think about raising that arm. You don't have to raise it, but think about it. Here's why. If Megan doesn't raise that arm, 1, 2, 3, and it gets trapped in there and it feels really bad.
I really had to think about leaving it down.
So when we get to 1, 2, you're about to put your back to me. Start to think about raising that arm. 3, and then what's your key for that?
Followers, I literally just sneak my elbow over top his arm because this stuff starts to happen, elbows start to fly, weird things happen. They try to like sneak out this way. Literally just up with the elbow, and then it works out.
All right, here we go. Last time, reverse whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So let's recap because you've got a bunch of stuff. We have the basic whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 2 basic branches off that, outside and inside turn. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Outside turn, 7, and 8. I'll have to fix that hand. Then we have the inside turn. 1, 2, 3, and 4, and my watch, 6, 7, and 8. And then finally, the little bit more advanced version is the reverse whip. 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now, if you want to see a really cool thing that we created to teach you how to take these patterns and build them to intermediate and advanced moves, you'll want to download the pattern tree chart right here. It's totally free. And I would totally get it because Megan spent like 3 months of her life putting it together, how all the basic push, pass, and whip create all these more advanced patterns.